So it's just a continuing faith, grounded and settled. We find it more and more so that Jacob's just full of shit, man. They come into faith, and they can't even keep this shit up. They can't even keep this shit straight. They can't keep their composure. They always got to be doing some other madness that they don't need to be doing. And then when they do it, and then somebody tells them not to do it, and they still go on ahead and do it anyway. And then they get rebuked about it, and now they looking real stupid. They're going.
It says, and be not moved away from the hope of the gospel.
Right, be not moved away from the hope of the gospel. Our hope is that we get delivered out of this situation that we're involved in this society. This revival of ancient Rome, I call it, from the Lord himself. That's our hope.
Which ye have heard, and which was preached to every creature.
Okay, and within that hope, knowing that we're going to enslave all of these other nations, including the so-called white man, the numero uno nation on the planet, that we're going to do it in the kingdom. So that's a part of the hope too. That's why I tell you, the faith of the saints. Because we have faith to believe that one way or the other, these devils are going to pay back all of the atrocities that they've done. Okay? They're going to pay, man. They're not going to walk up scot-free. It seems like that way, but it's not going to be the case. What the Lord is doing is the Lord is letting Esau play out what he's doing so he can get judged eventually. That's the way it's going down, baby. The Lord has just got them in a trick back. Go on.
Which ye have heard, and which was preached to every creature which is under heaven, wherefore I, Paul, I am made a minister. That's it.
All right.
So back to precept.
Keep going.
Okay.
That's Matthew 13, man.
Yeah, because they think they're going to go on forever now. Psalms 49, verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations.
Right, and their dwelling places to all generations. They think that, or the rulers that be, they believe that if they keep doing the things that their forefathers have done, like the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and their generations have done, that way they can maintain the society and also set up a one-world system. That's not gonna do anything but demolish the whole entire system in the first place. Okay, and you know what? You got these niggas out here, they have that same mentality as well. They believe that this society is going to go on for another 10, 20, or probably 100 years. Okay, and this is why most of our people, they don't take heed of what we're really saying. Because they believe that Esau still got the power, which he does, let's keep it real. But they believe that he's going to continue on. So what's the point of me coming back to this? Alright? What's the point? The point of the matter is that you got to come back and repent from the law. Repent. So that the Lord can basically secure you in the hour of your temptation. In the hour of your destruction. That's the point of the matter. Because great destruction and great death is coming on a mass scale. And these individuals that were once a part of the truth and fell out, they don't see that happen. So they just do what they do their own thing, and everything's gravy. I can just do what I want. Not realizing that the Most High is actually recording what you've done. So when that time comes, he will be able to use that against you. You see how that works? That's why you gotta be careful on how you conduct yourself in the street, man. Go on.
They call their lands after their own names.
And guess what? Speaking about recording, the Most High's recorded everything that the so-called white man has done. So what makes you think he ain't gonna record anything else in terms of what his people are doing, especially his own people? Because the Lord is only dealing with the Israelites. So the Lord is only dealing with the Israelites. He's obviously gonna look more keenly on what Jacob's doing and record what they're doing. And then at the end of the deal, judge them according to what they've done in the past. Alright, go on. Yeah, you're going.
Right, Ezekiel chapter 9 verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done thereof.
Right, and we're setting that mark. How are we setting that mark spiritually? By giving them the word. It's the word mark. I believe in the In the Hebrew, it's nawah, which means accept from judgment. So if you have this understanding, which only the Israelites can attain, not everybody else, like the slave plantation, is Christianity. Christians believe. They believe anybody can just get a whiff of the salvation, but that's Christianity though. That's not biblical. What Christianity is saying has nothing to do with the Bible. We're just dealing with what the Bible is saying alone. That's it. Okay, we're not dealing with no Queen of Heaven crap, Mary and virgin birth and all of that shenanigans. We're not dealing with that because we realize that that's not even biblical. Okay? Jesus is God, and we're not dealing with that, man. That's not biblical. Okay? So you need to tell me that who he called Jesus Christ prayed to himself? Is that what you're telling me? What in the hell sense does that make?
Schizophrenic.
Right. Right, he's schizophrenic, bro.
Verse 5, and to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city, and smite, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity.
Yeah, and that's just the bottom line, man. That's just the bottom line. If you ain't got this truth and this understanding in that time, you out of there. You're gonna be burnt toast in that day. And if you ain't burnt toast, you either gonna just get smacked upside the head, or you might get stabbed up in that day, because people are gonna be wilding out here. When the time of a societal chaos comes in this world, you're gonna start seeing things you've never seen before. Okay, the way it is over there in the east, the eastern world, especially in like places like Baghdad, where there's bombs being dropped every so often, that's a harsh environment. But guess what? A harsh environment such as that is coming over here too, but in a different fashion, and it's going to be worse because people in the West have been far more comfortable for too long.
Pampered.
Huh?
Pampered.
Right, hampered. Yeah, tampered. Salakia, pampered.
Yeah.
That's what the brother said. You know. So it's gonna get a lot more worse, man. And you know what? See, niggas have been pampered as well. So when the ball gets rolling, it's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be crazy. All right, go on. And you know what? See, don't be surprised as well, because I mean, certain brothers is bringing this out. Don't be surprised when older guys that fell out, they start coming back to the camp. Because them older guys, they still kind of know what's going on. They just back in the world. That's all it is. But they trying to come back in because they see that the Lord is going to come based on the prophecies. So you gotta look out for guys like that, man. You going? Yep.
Go ye through the city and smite.
Right. Go through in the midst of the city and smite. Going.
Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity.
Right.
Slay utterly old and young.
Slay utterly old and young. So the Lord is going to send them death angels in the midst. In that same scenario that we're reading about in Daniel's 9th chapter, right? That same scenario that we're reading in Ezekiel the 9th chapter, that scenario is going to be played back all over. Okay? You can even get that, and somebody get Ecclesiastes 1. It speaks about there's no new thing under the sun. Anything that was done in the past is going to soon repeat itself again. That's why people say, oh, history has a way of repeating itself. Well, history will repeat itself, but more in a drastic form. You're going, bro.
It's Ecclesiastes 1 and 9, and it says, the thing that has been is that which shall be.
Right, the thing that which has been is that which shall be. So everything's going to come back. All of the old atrocities that happened, or the old harsh situation that occurred, is going to repeat itself. Times 2.0, baby. Go on.
And that which is done is that which shall be done.
Right, that which is done is that which shall be done. Go on.
And there is no new thing under the sun.
And there's no new thing under the sun. Saying that what? You're going, bro. Definitely don't think it is something.
Verse 10 it says, is there anything whereof it may be said?
Right.
See, this is new.
Right, see, this is new. Go on.
It have been already of old time.
Right, and have been already of old time.
Which was before us.
Which was even before us. So the things that came before us, like 70 AD, and things like that, it's going to come back all over again. There's a lot of these sheikhs that's in these neighborhoods, these dark, dwindled neighborhoods, these elites, they're gonna send them troops down there, and they're gonna engulf through that. They're gonna engulf through those cities, and they're gonna take them niggas where they belong. Okay, and even also, and even see, this is another thing I want to say as well, because when you come into the truth, right? Or you have been seen in the camp. Guess what? Do you know that the elites, they report everything? All right? They know that we're out. They know what we've been doing throughout the years based on us doing what we're doing right now. So they already know, okay, these sort of guys, you're gonna have to catch and kill them. Because they're against they're anti-government. So basically we're gonna have to take them out in an hour of martial law. So all of the guys that fell out that try to get away from us, guess what? They're gonna get caught out there and they're gonna be put to death. As they were singing amongst the men of the law. So that's why you gotta stay in this thing, man. You can't come in this thing. I'm an Israelite now from the tribe of Judah or Benjamin or whatever consecutive tribe that may be. And all of a sudden now you in the faith. That means you gotta stay in this thing. You gotta stay in it. Okay? You made a covenant when you came into this truth and you learned the scriptures and you also learned the name of the Lord. That was the covenant right there. That was the covenant. You can't break that covenant. It's like, for example, the way they do these rappers in the rap industry. They give them a deal, a 5-year deal, and they gotta fulfill that 5-year agreement. Yeah. You can't do 3 years and decide, well, you know, I'm gonna just go do what I want to do. No, you gotta fulfill that 5-year agreement. If you ain't doing that, then they can just drop you all together. Okay? So this is an agreement on how we're gonna endure to the end. Just like Paul said the work is done. He was about to die because he already fulfilled his life. The same thing with the Messiah said, it is now done. Okay, because everything that was written about him, what he had to go through, he fulfilled it. That's why it tells you in Matthew the 5th chapter, it says the Lord have not come to destroy not one jot, not one title, but to fulfill all. Okay? And guess what? There's certain other things that Yahushua has to fulfill. Alright? And guess what? We gotta fulfill our part of the matter. Go on. Right.
But come,
okay, you hold on to that.
But come not near any man, right, upon whom is the mark.
Right. Come not near any man whom is the mark, which the word mark is the wa, which goes back to quiet. I'm not dealing with you, bro. I'm not dealing with you.
I'm just fighting. I'm a bystander, man.
And begin at my sanctuary.
Okay, and begin at my sanctuary. So the Lord is going to begin at his sanctuary and destroy 2/3 of his own people.
It's the blind leading the blind.
Okay, and this is the thing about it.
You have to believe the Lord Jesus Christ.
Give me First Peter 1. You know, because this is the thing. At the end of the day,
from your maker.
this is what we got to do. We got to deal with the elements. But we need this to build us up even more.
None of you are born again. You cannot be
born again. You know, so the point of the matter is, we got to do this, baby. And I like this as well. I like it. I'm immune to it. It builds me up. It makes me strong.
What do you know about the Lord Jesus Christ?
So that's just the whole thing.
The devil can't even speak of it, and they tremble of it too. Believers are born of the Spirit.
Well, I know one thing, sir. His name is Jesus.
What do you know about it?
Okay.
What you know is your own self. You're a self-promoter, mate. You wear these fancy clothes to get noticed and that. Right. The Bible says you put on a robe of righteousness.
Which we have, which you don't have. Go on.
You know about you can't even speak about you were saved. I'm all ears. What happened to you? What happened to you? Nothing.
Couldn't answer that question.
Except your own ego. You look in the mirror and make yourself somebody. You're manufacturing your own self. Speak of the supernatural, then you'll have some saying it to. Don't try and lead people astray.
Get that.
The Bible says if you try and lead anybody astray, it'll be better than you hadn't been born.
First Peter chapter 3.
The Bible calls you a deceiving spirit.
But you know what I noticed, right? You see when people talk shit about you, they really talk about themselves. Psychologically.
How is it you love the night so much?
First Peter 3:1.
Okay.
Likewise, ye wives, being subject.
See what you're reading? Are your eyes anointed?
Being subject unto your own husband.
What is the word
anointed? Hidden from the eyes of the wise and prudent and revealed unto babes and those that would learn.
If any obey not the words,
it's iniquity to the carnal mind.
Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands.
Right.
That if any obey not.
That's not the one, yeah? He had no beard in his face.
What's the scripture on it?
Let me see.
It said First Peter's.
No, read what you was reading again. I lost my train of thought. Read
Okay.
that verse you was reading again. Yeah, so that's the thing, you know. So, I mean, you gotta like that stuff when that stuff comes up, man. And the thing about it is that he has nothing to do with himself. He's talking about the Jesus this and the Jesus that. But then again, I understand where he's coming from because he's been indoctrinated into that Jehovah wickedness. With Jehovah wickedness, they teach that Jesus Christ bullshit, which the Lord, his name ain't even Jesus Christ. That's what I try to tell them, man. Okay, many brothers have tried to tell him, look, the letter J didn't exist during the time when he was on the scene. So how can his name be Jesus Christ? That's an insult, man. He was a Hebrew, he didn't speak English, and neither did he speak Greek. Okay?
That's right. Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. Right? And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord,
Yeah.
two parts
That's what I
therein
wanted you to read.
shall be cut off and die,
Right, two parts therein shall be cut off and die. And that's the majority of our, that's 66.4% of our people. That's going to be totally demolished and destroyed.
It's a lot.
And that's a lot. That's a lot of people out there. So it's going to happen. It's going to go down. Okay, eventually it's going to go down. All of this jibbing jabbing and talking shit on the side and screaming at the mouth. That's what we're going to do. That's all going to be put to a closure, man. And then they're going to come back in the kingdom and they're going to be ashamed of us.
Everlasting shame.
Everlasting shame. And that's just the whole thing. So, you know, when a guy comes up to you in the kingdom, a guy that was running at the mouth, he's gonna talk, he's gonna see, oh shit, I was talking shit about this guy, man, and he's a man of the Lord. You know, he's gonna so that's what's gonna go down. And then they're gonna have their heads down. So you just gotta just let it play out, man. You can't get mad. Go on.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that guy. You know what I'm saying? I just saw that he was a clown. You know?
He's been up many a times when we's at him, many and many a times.
You know, he gave me this look like I didn't see him. Like, I see you, bro. Come on, man.
Two parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein.
But the third shall be left therein. Now, yeah, give me 2 Peter 3. Because what you have to have, this ain't nothing but a big movie. And the scripture says, you gonna get it. Yeah, 3, start from 3 and 1.
3 and 1.
Yeah.
Second verse.
Yeah, 3 and 1. Where it says, in the last days. I think that's it. Yeah, that's gotta be it right there. In the last days.
In the last days.
Yeah, there shall be scoffers walking up there their own way.
3 and 10, is it?
3 and 10, yeah. First Peter, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 3. I know it's 3 and 10. I think it is.
It's chapter 4. No, it's not chapter 4. It's not chapter 4.
Second Peter.
I know it's 3. I think it's 3 and 10. In the last days will come scoffers.
Want to get it now, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, man. See?
Second Peter chapter 4. This is on.
No, it's 3. It's second. Yeah, it's 3 and 3. Second Peter's 3 and
3 and 3?
Yeah, 3 and 3. Yeah.
So Second Peter 3 and 3, and it says, as up on 2 it says, Second Peter 3 and 2 it says that ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken.
Right, that you may be mindful of the word which was spoken. Go on.
which were spoken before by the holy prophets and of the commandments of us, the apostles of Yahweh and Savior, the Lord and Savior. Knowing this first,
go on.
that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lust,
Right.
and saying, where is the promise of his coming?
Right, and that's what that geezer's basically doing. He's coming up here just talking shit because he doesn't really see the significance of what we're doing. But that's fine. It's like I said, you can't take it personal. You gotta just let it play out, man. Let the movie play out. You know what I mean? Like, this life ain't nothing but a big gigantic film. And you know what's funny, right? More so, I just look at life like that now. I look at everything as a film, because it is. You know what I'm saying? That way you keep yourself to yourself, you're spiritual. And you ain't really taking nothing personal, you know, because you already know what's coming next. It's already written to happen. So now you already see what's getting ready to happen now.
The Most High's movie.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Great director, isn't it?
Yeah. You're going.
Zachariah, excuse me.
Yeah, my bad. I'm not sorry.
And of the commandments of us, the apostles of the Lord and Savior, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust.
Right, and that ain't nothing but a scoff. You have other scoffers too. Okay, talking smack about the apostles every time they do a live show. So that has to happen. Okay, because they already, and the reason why they're doing it because they know where they're going. They know that they fell out. They know that they went to the other side. Okay, for whatever reason. And they know the consequences now. So their thing is well, let me just try and just talk shit just to kind of like ease the pain. That's what it is. They want to ease the pain because they know they're in shit now.
Condemned.
You know, and the way that they can ease the pain is by talking shit. That's the only way. All right, but meanwhile, they know deep down in their heart, that they're going to be destroyed. They know this. They're going.
It says, for since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of the Most High, the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the waters and in the water.
Right, and you know what that's going into? Because there was a time when the apostles, the split had came up, and the older heads, they kind of withdrawn, you know, from doing what they were doing. Some of them died, and you had a lot of guys, they went back into the world, man. And I'm talking about, you know, the times when, you know, the apostles talk about it, early 2000s and stuff like that. Although I don't even talk about it because I wasn't there. But a lot of guys went back into the world, especially when the year 2000 didn't come.
Yeah.
A lot of guys went back into the world. They all fell asleep.
Right.
Okay, because our heads, a lot of, you know, one went on the other side and the other passed away. So guys was like, well, you know what? I'm gonna just go back and doing what I was supposed to do in this life, basically. So we got
Be a nigga.
Yeah, they became niggas again. Yeah, even in the truth. Yeah. But it just came out and it just got revealed. Go on.
It says, for this they are willingly ignorant of that by the word of the Most High, the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was being overflowed with water.
Right, that's talking about during the time of Noah, because even Noah was out there for 120 years. And a lot of guys probably agreed with what Noah was saying, but then departed from Noah. Okay? They agreed with the mass majority of the people. No flood, no rain is going to come, because during the time of Noah, which is, I believe it was about, 4.4 thousand years ago, something like that, there was no rain at all. It was just dew coming from heaven. That's all you have. If there was any form of water coming down from the sky, it was really just dew. So they didn't believe in rain coming and a flood coming. They didn't believe in that. You understand what I'm saying? So it's the same thing like now. Like Herod is, we're out here bringing out the word. And a lot of guys, they don't really believe it because they don't see it. They don't actually see what we're saying. To them, it's like, oh, it's just a mile away. So it's years in the making. They're saying something that's going to come very long time. But not understanding the times and not understanding that the signs are here and the signs of the world that's spoken of in the Bible are being revealed time in and time out nowadays. So that's showing you and indicating that we're at the end. But then again, I understand why, because they don't see it in the Lord, because the Lord didn't implant to them that understanding to see what's going on. But we see.
They ain't got that spiritual eye.
Right. Yeah, keep reading that. And I'll get to it.
It's at Romans 13 and 11, and it says, and that, knowing the time, that now...
That's why it says, in that, knowing the time. As we know the time. Go on.
That now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
Right, and we know that our salvation is nearer than we believe. Why? Because when we go read the 21st chapter, 21, yeah, where it speaks about where there would be commotions in the sea. Because the Lord already gave us the signs to look forward to.
Oh, I got it. 21 verse 24.
No, he got. But you finished with that, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, read Luke 29. Yeah, I think it's 24. Yeah.
I'll just start from 22. These are the days of vengeance. Go unto them that are with child. Let's start from there. 22.
Right, you can start
Things written fulfilled, yeah.
Yeah, you can do that, yeah.
Luke 21 verse 22. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled.
Yeah. Right, that all things that are written may be fulfilled.
That's it.
Oh, that ties back to Isaiah 55 verse 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth, and it shall not return unto me void. Go on.
But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days.
You're going.
For there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people.
Now, mainly what that was going into is we have to break this down the right way, okay? But at the same time, this scenario is going to play out again. But what I want to say is this: let's let that rubbish pass by.
But woe unto them that are with child, and them that give suck in those days. There shall be great distress in the land, wrath upon the people.
Right, there shall be great distress upon the land and great wrath upon the people. That took place in 70 AD.
That's it.
Go on.
And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
That's happening right now. That's why we are all over the world. Hey, we're out of the land of Israel right now. We're all over the world. In England, we're in America, we're in South America, we're all over. We're in France, we're in Germany, we're in Sweden, Canada. Relax.
Yeah.
So we were down, so I don't cut you, so we were downtrodden of the nations. So that had to be fulfilled in itself. Go on.
Verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth.
Now it's reverting back to these times that we're in. Indicating the signs of the end, showing you the signs of the end right there. But the only group of people that's going to see these signs of the prophecies is going to happen in these times are the men that the Lord has set up. Some old regular Jake ain't going to see that's the signs of the end. Neither a guy that comes in his truth that was really a nigga anyway. He ain't going to see it because he's busy trying to, he's got different alternatives on why he's in the truth. But he's not in the truth for the right reason. So he definitely ain't going to see it, you know? Yeah, so, read that, keep going.
There shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth, distress of nations.
Right, and we're seeing that. We're seeing the distress of nations how? By protesting. Certain countries, you have rioting going on.
Yep.
All right, and all of that. So, and guess what? In the beginning of the next month, supposedly there's going to be a super moon.
Yeah.
There's going to be a super moon. All right, and the beginning of the year, of this year, there was a blue moon.
No, it's it's 3 events in one day.
Yep.
The super moon, the blue moon, and an eclipse all in the same day.
Yep.
Wow.
So those are the signs right there. We see a
I think it's the
regular.
end of this month, all in the same day.
Wow.
Wow.
But that's showing you right there.
We're there.
We
We're
already
close.
know what's going on with that situation there. We already know because we were given the insight to them. Yeah, read your please. Yeah, let me finish this. And then we can go on.
Yeah. And in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth,
Yep.
distress
And
of
upon
nations.
the earth, now we're dealing with what's going on earth. People are complaining about the austerity measures or whatever the government's doing to them. Because they passing certain laws, what have you. So people are protesting, and then those protests sometimes turn into rioting. All right, and if you look around as well, in England, there's a lot of Edomites, crackers that are homeless now.
Yeah.
More than ever
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
I was cruising with this brother in this, this car and everything, and all I saw was just nothing but homeless Edomites.
Yeah.
And they're owning this is their own kingdom.
Right.
Yeah.
You understand? And when you look at Jake is doing a lot more better than these Edomites out here, I see. You get what I'm saying? That's terrible. That's a bad thing. So that's showing you right there that there's a distress amongst the people. All right? Fulfillment of prophecy. Go on.
Verse 26. Men's heart failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of the heaven shall be shaken.
Right, because you have real full sightings, you have unusual things happening on the earth that the human mind can't even muster. Okay, so this is showing you, going back to the point of the matter on how and why do we know, on how we know that our salvation is there than when we repent. Why? Because we see the signs, man. And the signs are there for the open, for us to see. Okay, a regular Joe Blow ain't seeing shit. All these seeing is extenders and Carnation Street. You get what I'm saying? That's what they're seeing. And niggas on the other hand, all they seeing is the black woman's behind. BET. BET. They go.
See where it says that men's hearts failing them. If you look at the comments that brothers been making on because what's that brother? Is it Hawaii? The brother in Hawaii, because there's one brother, the GMS brother in Hawaii, he does this thing on his own. Basically in Hawaii, those are a bomb scare.
Yeah, a nuclear missile scare.
A missile scare.
Yeah.
Like somebody sent out a missile scare by accident and they went through everybody's phone.
Yeah.
Breaking news, road signs was everywhere. See, man says the people are collapsing, fainting.
They're shitting themselves.
Like in tunnels, in rat holes and everything, trying to get out from whatever was coming in Hawaii. Yeah. And the brother, he's always on his own, but this time he got like about 40,000 views in the one day.
Right.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
Because he did a live video, but he got 40,000 views in the one day.
Right.
And all of a sudden people are kicking up his videos now. What's going on, brother?
Yeah, and these are the same people. They will say, well, I don't really believe in the Bible. I don't really believe in the end times. But yeah, when the brother did the video concerning the bump skin on Hawaii, everybody was all on his video. Yeah. You see that?
That's why we always say easy. There's gonna come a time here whereby as few as brothers are in the camps, there'll be a whole time we're just gonna come to camp one day and there'll be a whole massive audiences, man. Yeah. Everybody now
cars will be stopping and everything because the car, the crowds.
I can imagine that. The spirit just came to me, fam. The spirit just came to me. That when all hell started breaking, you could be out there teaching. Everyone's gonna stop and crowd around, ask some questions, saying, "Yeah, but don't you believe that Jesus Christ?" Everyone's gonna be a crowd of people arguing. Because people get controversial, man. People get all in the spirit when major things start popping off, man. People are gonna start parking up their cars, you can't go this way, the martial law, whatever. You're gonna be out there, and then crowds of people is trying to
answers. There were answers, isn't it?
They say the ones that know about us, man. They'll be the number one, man. Yeah, I've been watching you guys for years. Where have you been now? You know what I'm saying? Instead, the guys don't really know about us, man. Look at the first one, everybody else. But if brothers don't know you, man, you're gonna be out there still, man.
Yeah. Hey, that's
why it's better you come now, man, than later on, man.
No, it's all right, and that's why, man. And this is why the scripture says, what is it, Matthew 25 about the the oil.
Yeah.
How you have certain wise men, they wanted the oil from the wise men. Okay, the fools wanted the oil from the wise men to keep the lamps burning. But on that day and time when all hell breaks loose, we're not going to be out here teaching the word.
Well, what's that? The parable of the 5 virgins, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it right there. The parable of the 5 virgins. And the 5 were foolish. So that's what's going to go down. It's going to get to the point where, like you were saying, brother, you're going to have certain guys, they're going to come up to see you, and they're going to want to, try to they want you to break bread with them, and that sort of thing. But my mentality on that day, I'm just looking out for me. I don't know you, you know what I'm saying? You take a hike.
You want my oil from my lamp?